Good morning, Flagler County. I'm Rich Carroll. You're listening to Flagler's Morning News on Friday, July 7th.
Palm Coast Fire Department stayed pretty busy with calls for brush fires and a house fire on July 4th.
Fireworks spark a fire in Palm Coast on July 4th. Palm Coast Fire Lieutenant Patrick Giuliano says firefighters were called to a home in the city's P section.
At 11 o'clock at night on July 4th, we were dispatched to a structure fire in the P section. When we arrived, we found one vehicle fully involved, which extended into the house, into the garage right there. So unfortunately, when folks disposed of fireworks, they placed it into a trash container, and it was too close to the home. So the fireworks there, the embers in that container, extended from the container to the vehicle to the home right there. And so we were busy there until about 4 o'clock in the morning.
All of the home's occupants made it out safely, and no one was injured. The home sustained significant fire and water damage. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office is asking Palm Coast for more money for its public safety contract.
The Flagler County Sheriff's Office has submitted a request for an additional $750,000 to be included in its contract with Palm Coast. During its recent meeting, Sheriff Staley outlined what the funding would continue to support.
We operate the 911 Center in Flagler County, which answers all 911 and non-emergency calls for the entire county, the 2 police departments, and the fire departments and the sheriff's office. And there are more than 400 full-time and volunteer members serving you.
Even with the recent population growth in Palm Coast, Sheriff Staley says crime has decreased.
We look back at 2022, crime is down 54%. It's the lowest crime rate in 25 years in Flagler County, despite fast-growing population. And these are real victims that's down, so it's not a statistical game or anything like that. If you look at 2016, you'll see almost 1,900 victims. That's one victim that's counted under the federal and state guidelines. And last year, there were 877. So that's a significant reduction in people being victimized. Calls for service, however, are skyrocketing, and our total crashes from 21 to 22 kind of maintained. They didn't really go up or down.
He adds, while we may never achieve zero crime, it remains our focus. For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
One of the things that we had not put in place was any type of a thing that would actually create a situation where people would know that there is no smoking on the beaches and parks.
Former Flagler Beach Commissioner Ken Bryan was spotted around town before the July 4th holiday installing no smoking signs along the city's boardwalk and in city-owned parks. The signs, which were approved by the City Commission, were donated by the Flagler County chapter of Tobacco Free Florida.
You know, the cigarette butts themselves are very harmful to the sea life and to the birds and things like this, and also to people, because what's happening is that the cigarette butts themselves is creating microfibers, which are getting into our environment and which ultimately get into us. So that was one of the other things we want to do, is try to help ourselves as well as help the wildlife and the sea life out there. So we're hoping now with a continued educational program to inform people that, you know, Flagler Beach is shooting for a goal of being one of the safest, cleanest, and smoke-free beaches in the state of Florida. There aren't that many that actually pick up the ordinance to have no smoking on the beaches. Flagler Beach is one of a few.
Flagler Beach banned smoking on the beach and in city parks in September of 2022. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Amy Cherry.
How does Alvin Jackson describe leadership?
The man who said he had heavy hitters teaching his classes at the University of Maryland also said that leadership comes from who a person is.
Leadership is not what you do. It's not your position. Leadership is who you are. It's who you become. It's your character. At the end of the day, leadership touches people's lives and lead them into a positive direction.
Alvin Jackson said that if a director works with a staff for 10 years and that staff is no better professionally or personally, that director has failed as a leader. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
You can listen to Business Minds Coffee Chat with host Jay Shear on WNZF on Saturday mornings at 8:30 or anytime on the Flagler Radio app. The weekend is here and there's plenty of family fun to be had in Flagler County. This is Stacy with Fun for Augie Kids.
Join Flagler Beach tonight for the First Friday event. This family-friendly event offers live music, dancing, food vendors, arts and crafts, and more. Tomorrow, the Gallery of Local Art is presenting a make-and-take miniature fairy garden class. Students will create their own individual miniature gardens. Sunday, join Michaels for their free Sunday Make-Break event. They have partnered with Project Sunshine for the month of July, and your child will make a fun, painted sunshine wooden frame. The Daytona Mustang Club will be meeting up at the Veterans Classic Car Cruisin' and Breakfast event. Stop by and check out some great vehicles and meet new friends. Join the American Conservation Coalition for a post-4th of July beach cleanup event. The group will be meeting at Veterans Park for a day of environmental stewardship and to restore the natural beauty of Flagler Beach. For more on these events and others, please visit us on our website at AugieKids.com. Have a great weekend.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.
And now, Mike Lee Show with your WNZF local sports update.
It's championship weekend for Palm Coast-owned Royal Palms Soccer Club. RPSC defeated Dynamic Football 2-1 in Newport Richey last weekend. This weekend, they take on Shock City FC from Clearwater in the UPSL Division I Central Florida Conference Final tomorrow night in Haines City. Royal Palms president Mario Dos Santos' team has a 9-game unbeaten streak on the line.
In this league, momentum is everything. We are in very good form, and going into this final game, I think everybody's got that hype and that knowing of we're going to go out there, do the best we can, and fight for one another until the very end, and it's another day in the office.
Local support has been vital.
We are the only UPSL Division I club whose fans don't mind coming out and actually paying $5 to come watch their local team play soccer, and that to me is immense, and I'm very thankful to the community from the bottom of my heart.
Kickoff tomorrow at 6. Matanzas basketball went 17-0 in Summer League, capturing the Grindfest Championship. Pirates Tariq Shakir, Ryasir Jefferson, Alex Davis, and Henry Robinson Jr. made the all-tournament team. Coach Henry Robinson's team has worked hard, and he expects big things in the fall.
We're just going to be so much better than what we were the past 2 years. It's like a buzz around the school, like everybody's excited. Nobody has ever been excited about Matanzas basketball before. And when it's time to get in the gym, they work hard, and they're starting to see the hard work that they put in pay off.
Hear my full interview tomorrow on the Rich and Mike Sports Show, 7:30 a.m. on WNZF. Baseball, the St. Louis Cardinals avoid a 4-game sweep in Miami, shutting out the Marlins 3-zip. 11th inning RBI singles by Kyle Schwarber and Trey Turner pushed the Phillies past the Rays in extras 3-1. In Daytona, Bradenton defeats the Tortugas 4-2 for Daytona's 4th straight loss. WNZF is your home for local sports, with updates Mondays and Fridays. From the Sports Desk, I'm Mike Lucio.